I personally was safe, um, which is strange considering how much I stuck out. Um, I think maybe my mission president might have assigned me to areas that were a little less risky, I guess. Um, as far as safety, no, I didn't really ever have any problems with it. However, I do know that there was a missionary who was assaulted. And in fact, I had heard that he was sent to some of the riskiest places in Arequipa. They tried to mug him twice, and that one time he actually fought back against the would-be mugger and got himself out of the situation. They tell you not to do that, but I guess he had been kind of a boxer or a martial artist of some kind before the mission, and so he was able to fight his way out of it, which I thought was really cool. That didn't happen to me though, by any means. As far as places that were unsafe, only one really comes to mind. Excuse me, it was in my second area that was called La Jolla, and the front porch of our apartment was maybe about 10 feet from the railroad tracks. And it was and another maybe 15 feet from the place where all the kids and hooligans love to hang out. And they graffitied and they vandalized and whatever, and they had knocked out all the light posts around the area. So truthfully, I think it's kind of lucky that we didn't run into any problems there. I had also heard that there was a time there in La Jolla that it was only a small town of maybe 5 or 10,000 people, but there had been a killing or a murder or something. I don't remember what it was, but it had happened in the early hours of the morning. We only found out about it later because what had happened was that we had been out that very morning at 2 or 3 in the morning because we had to catch a bus, and we hadn't seen anyone on the streets at all. But the next day after we came back, we had heard what had happened, and it was only a few blocks from where we were, and a couple of hours after we had gotten there, I think is what we decided. But that kind of was a scary thing. Thankfully, though, overall, it's a rather safe environment, a rather safe mission. I hadn't, you hear about some things from time to time, but overall, it's a fairly safe mission, and the mission president took very good care of us. He was always the first one to know if there was anything unsafe going on in the mission, and whenever any missionaries would have been in any peril, he was always right there himself, helping his missionaries and making sure that they were in good shape. So, no, overall, there's not a whole lot to say about safety besides maybe just those few incidents, but I don't know. It's you're safe and you're watched out for, not only from your mission president or by your companion or anything else, but you're watched out after by the Lord, and the Lord can definitely alert you of danger. It says in the missionary handbook to listen to the spirits who can alert you to danger, and it happens. Thankfully, I don't have any of those specific stories where I was alerted to some type of peril that I might have been in, but I was watched out for, I'm sure.